welcome to Central Florida Salute YouTube. Once again, I'm at post 8083 VFW in Bellevue, Florida, and I have the commander, Russ Weston, with me now, who's a Seabee.
You got it. That's the only way to go.
I have a lot of friends who are Seabees, you know. But anyway, you're a recycled commander from what I hear, right?
What do you mean by recycled? Yes, I'm on my
your third time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little about yourself. Where are you from originally?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania?
Mm-hmm.
And when you went into the Navy, why? What, you know?
My father wanted me to get out of town before I got somebody in trouble.
You know, I've heard that story before, you know? The judge give me a decision. You can either go there or go there, you know?
No, it was my father in this case.
Yeah. So when you went into the Navy, you joined the Navy, did you know what the Seabees were then?
Yeah, I did, because I was 16 years old when he made me join. He signed, and so
you joined at 16 years old?
Yeah, but I was reserve. Okay, so I couldn't go on active duty.
Oh, okay.
When I graduated out of high school, then went on active duty.
Oh, okay.
So I did reserves, and on the weekends, we would go out and build old World War II vets, build a porch, or clean their house, or pressure wash, or do whatever on the weekends.
Oh, God bless you. That's great.
That's what we did, you know.
Yeah. So you graduated from high school in Pennsylvania, and when you went into the Navy now, did that time count what you were doing?
Yes. Yeah, that's 2 years.
2 years.
2 years reserve, 2 years active, 2 years inactive.
Okay, so where did you go when you went in?
My first place I went?
Yeah.
Davisville, Rhode Island. Went there for school.
And how long was that?
I think it was probably a couple months, something like that.
Yeah. And then where did they send you after that?
California. Port Hueneme.
Yeah. How many years you do?
Just 2 years active duty, 2 years reserve.
Oh, I would have thought you were going to do more than that.
I was ready to ship over, but
you met,
couple days
you met the love of your life or something?
That happened while I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to tell you, when I graduated out of high school, my father didn't win. I left for I graduated on Friday, got married on Saturday, and left for the service on Sunday.
So you went in. You did 2 years, but it was all in California, or where were you?
No. I went to school in Davisville for a couple months, and then I went to California, to Port Hueneme, went to school there for a couple months while they were trying to figure out what to do with me.
So what did they do with you?
They shipped my ass to Vietnam.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So tell me about Vietnam. What did you do over there? I know, I knew some guys who were building like runways and all that kind of stuff. And what did you do?
I was in naval support activity. Okay, so I was from one end of Vietnam to the other. In fact, if you look at my hat here, I started collecting all the places I was in Vietnam.
Oh yeah.
There's 2 on there that I couldn't find yet. That was Con Son and Poliobi.
Wow. So tell me exactly, what did you do over there in all these different places? I mean, I know Seabees. I have a lot of friends with Seabees.
Okay.
I did a show with a guy with Seabee, World War II. But you were building things, or what were you doing?
Well, there was 56 guys in my division in naval support activity. Okay, and what we did was we would go to Marine bases or wherever. I was there in 66 and 67, and we were putting power plants in, stringing wires and things like that. I was never in a battalion. Okay, so if they needed an electrician and a crew, 5 of us guys that were always on the same team, we would go out to Cameron Bay and we would work there and I'd get a generator in, get it running, get electric in for them, and things like that.
Oh, okay. You said stringing wire. You know, I was a lineman for the power company. That, you know, that's not what I did in the service, but yeah. So when you got out, did you become a lineman, or what did you do?
No, it didn't work.
Didn't work. So you were basically building things for the places, you know?
Yeah, you know, like we put in a radar site, power plant. You know, we would set it all up with the power, get it ready. We'd set the equipment up, and then the crew would come in and hook it all up and get it working. Then we were done. We were gone.
Yeah, can do. Is that your motto, right?
Yeah, supposed to be. Yeah. I still live by it.
So, well, do you have any experiences over there that you memorable experiences you might want to tell us about?
Well, I have a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first place I knew bullets zinged by you when you were on a 50-foot pole.
I was thinking about that because being a lineman myself, I knew that's something you didn't want to do over there. Because you're a target and you can't really duck.
No,
you know?
I didn't like that part.
No, I would think not. Luckily you didn't get hit though, right?
No.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, you were bringing. Tell me about what else you did over there.
I put a power plant in on POW camp for the North Vietnamese on Con Son. We put the generators in, all the radar stuff and everything, and it was for the prisoner of wars for the other side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We never really heard about prisoner of war camps for the other side, did we? I mean, nowadays you always hear about prisoner of war camp where they were our guys.
Yeah.
But not for the enemy.
Let me tell you, they didn't want to go back. They had it good for, they really were hard workers because we used them to cut through the jungle to get the generators up to the hills, They were hard workers and they were all really appreciative.
Yeah.
They thought Americans were great to them. Of course, we know the other side wasn't that way, but
yeah,
they were all pretty good. It was interesting being there, learning their stuff, and then they're learning. They could take my gun apart and put it back together faster than I could in the dark. That's how well they were trained on our stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So how big were these prisoner war camps?
That in Con Son, there was probably 25 or 30 people there. Yeah, that I got to see. There might have been some hidden someplace else, but that's the ones that were helping us do what we had to do.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you know this, but during World War II, there was a prisoner of war in Leesburg.
No.
From Germany. And after the war was over, they didn't want to go home either.
No,
they used them to pick oranges, and they were eating good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so how long were you there?
I was only there 10 months.
That's enough.
Yeah, well, yeah. We had to go through Coronado, and they found a heart murmur, so they held me back.
Oh.
Other than that, that's how I didn't get my full year over there.
Yeah, and you said you did 2 years active.
Yes.
Right? Usually it's a 4-year assignment, isn't it?
Not when you're reserve. Well, it depends on how you sign up.
Yeah.
Okay. I took 2 years active reserve, 2 years active duty. I was ready to ship over, but we got ambushed about a week before I was coming home, and I said, nah, cat only has so many lives. I'm going home to my wife and kids.
Well, you were married with kids at that time, huh?
I had one kid, yeah. That's what got me in. I told you, my father tried to get me out of town before it happened.
Well, yeah. So anyway, you say you got ambushed?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about it or no?
It was just unexpected. There was not supposed to be anybody around where we were at, and that didn't happen. You know, we were blasting and getting ready to put a heliport in so we could land on this one island. And they came across in sampans overnight. I don't know how they did it, because I got sick on the boat getting over there. They came over and they opened up on us, and it was kind of hairy because all we had was snake shot in our guns.
To tell
we had so
people,
many snakes.
What do you mean by snake shots?
It's like bird shot, snake shot.
Oh.
Okay, it shoots out a pattern.
Oh,
on
okay.
this side,
The animals and the snakes.
well, yeah, there was like.
That was the purpose of it. It wasn't a.
Well, we weren't. There was no enemy around.
Yeah.
The only enemy.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. But we were blasting and blowing stumps out and getting ready to put a heliport in to get the equipment in to put a radar site up on Polyobie.
Yeah. So did you call for backup? Anybody come out and give you guys a hand, or what happened?
Yeah, right. No, we got it handled. We got it handled.
Good. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, it was all right. You know, I mean, the worst part about some of the things that I had over there was snakes. You know, the cobras.
Yeah.
And that, and them little two-steppers that they had. That one island we put a radar site in Polyobie. Them cobras would come in at night and go up in the rafters and everything. And in the morning, it'd fall right down on top of you and slither right off, you know. I think they got to know you after a while, you know.
Yeah. It was your pet.
Yeah, well, I was still 100 degrees. I was in a mummy bag covered up.
Yeah. I don't blame you. When I went to Thailand, when I got off the plane, they said there's 52 kinds of snakes here. 50 of them are poisonous. The other 2 will squash you.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, okay.
Pretty much.
They got some big snakes over in Southeast Asia, I'll tell you.
Yeah, they sure do.
I remember being what they call a bot bus, was a pickup truck, and you pay a bot was a nickel, and you go back and forth wherever you wanted to go. And we just drove over a couple of them, you know, just boom, 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 and they kept going, and they kept going.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that was the only one time you got attacked, right?
Yeah.
Well, you got shot at when you were at a pole too, right?
Yeah. Well, we were flying over to Mekong to go to another job site, and one of our engines got shot out of the plane. You know, pilot made us throw all our tools out, all our beer and everything.
What?
Yeah. Well, I was a kind of the team leader. I said, we ain't throwing that last case of beer out. If we're going down, we're going to be happy.
We're going to drink it on the way down.
We're going to drink it on the way down. But that pilot said he got us on one engine and got us there, so he got us into, you know. That got a little hairy, you know.
Yeah. There's a couple of photographs that you had that I'd like to talk about. We have it, you're going to see it here, but the one with the skulls, what is that about?
That was an island where we were at, and it goes back into the French, where they
they were in Vietnam.
And that was a mixture of it was like a crematory, I think, or something. But that was what was sitting out there when we got there. We were looking at it, was the skulls of the people that had died there or cremated or whatever happened.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about it, but it was kind of freaky.
Kind of eerie.
Yeah, it was.
I think so too. And here's another picture you showed me there about a young boy. Tell me the story about that young boy.
Well, in Saigon, when we were in town, we would have a little Mama San restaurant across from our gate.
Yeah.
All right. And we would go back and forth all the time. Well, this kid would always come over and we'd give him candy bars. You know, we always give him some little treat or something like that.
Yeah.
And one day he came walking up to our guard shack there, and they had him strapped up and blew the guard up in the shack and the gate to our place. Booby trapped them and blew them up.
Wow, so they say war is hell, right?
I heard the stories all the time that they would buy a kid for $100 to walk them into a compound or do something, and do that. But that definitely happened at our guard shack.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible thing because he really was a good little kid.
Yeah. We are so lucky to live in the greatest country in the world, you know what?
We are. We still value life here.
Yep. So you ever keep track of anybody that you served with?
They're all dead.
They're all passed?
2 of them committed suicide the first 10 months I was back.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
One was my godfather to my son.
Hey, they rest in peace. But unfortunately, those things, they happen.
It's kind of hard, because we all did the same thing.
Yeah.
How did his brain slip and mine didn't? Of course, if you talk to my wife after I got back,
well, we all have a period of adjustment. Coming back, and it's, nowadays the VA has a lot of help you can get.
Yeah, it's good too.
And of course, when you came back, we didn't have a ticker tape parade or anything. We just,
Yeah, I know what we met when we got back.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but so you did 2 years active, and you did some reserve time. What did you do for a living? You were already climbing poles, so you could have gone to the power company.
Before I went into service, I worked in a gas station, pumping gas and things like that. And when I got back home, the guy I worked for said, "You want to open up a gas station together?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, I'll do it. That sounds like a good deal." So I went and opened up a gas station with him. And then he owned the building. He sold the building. So I went down the street and opened up one by myself. And a guy that I used to work for in another gas station was hauling mobile homes and trucks and everything. And he came in one day and he said, "Hey," he says, "can you put a clutch in my truck for me?" I said, "Yeah, I probably can." Pulled it in, I put a clutch in it. And he come back the next day, wanted to know when it was done. And I said, "It's already done. I worked on it all night long." And he just, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, it's done. You can take it." He goes, "Well, that's my next question. Do you think you can go move a mobile home for me?" And I've been in a truck ever since.
Oh. So you had quite a long career doing that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
About, 57 years, something like that. Hauling mobile homes, modular homes, oversized stuff. All the reefer stuff, I've hauled it all.
You don't do that no more, though, right?
I think I might have just hauled my last one, and it's still hooked to my truck right now. And it's one that a guy in the Keys said he had a free park model. It's a 12 by 36 park model. He said anybody wants it, they can have it. Kind of rough. So I was hauling to the Keys. I went over and looked at it, looked it all up and down. I said, I could save this because we've talked about out back here, we've got a pole and a water and everything out there. We talked about putting that out there for veterans because they come in the door all the time and they don't, we rent them a motel and we feed them and everything else. Why don't we put one of these out here?
Yeah.
And then he can stay there. Maybe we get a cook out of it or maybe, whatever.
Yeah, right.
And so it's sitting in my yard and we're going to look it all over and see if it's worth repairing, which I think it is. But, we'll have to put a lot of money into it, but I think the benefits of it is a vet that comes in here and needs a meal and needs a shower and a good place to sleep, we'll have it for him. And it won't cost us the motel and sending him down the road.
Oh, that's commendable, really. I hope that works out for you. Because... wait
a minute. Hold on. Do you see what it says on here? Can do. Yeah. I'll do it. We'll get it done. I don't even know if this shirt says that, does it?
It doesn't, but I know the motto of the Seabees is can do.
Yeah.
So they can't see that, but it's there, believe me. But yeah, but and I think that's wonderful because you know what? There's a lot of places where they don't do too much for homeless veterans. Of course, I understand you guys support Ashley's house too.
Yeah.
The women's transitional housing with my friend Marie and Catherine.
Yeah.
And yeah. So that's a help. To help these ladies coming out of the service get reacclimated. Because like we used to say back in our day, we're going back to the real world. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that saying, the real world?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
They used to count the days.
Yeah. It was short timer.
Short time calendar.
Yeah. So you got out, you hauled mobile homes around, and one day they said, hey, we need a commander over here. And you're on your third time now. So you're a slow learner, huh?
I was junior vice, and I said no. I'm not into. I don't like to get into politics. If you want to start a job, let's do it and get it done.
I don't do politics. This show does not do any politics. I've had guys that come on here and they start talking this and that, and I says, you know what, that isn't going to get on the air with me,
Yeah.
My partner, she'll tell you, she'll sit there and shake her head like this, and I know it's not going there.
Yeah.
Because my belief, and I'm sure you'll believe me, that when you go into service and you're serving your country and you're wearing that uniform, I don't care what uniform it is, and the bullets are flying, they don't care if you're black, white, Catholic, Republican, Democrat, we're all in this together. So politics doesn't belong in the military as far as I'm concerned. But that's me.
Yeah, well, that's the way I feel too, and I feel that way here too. I mean, if we're going to go do something, let's just get it done. I don't want to,
Yeah.
I don't want the bull crap, and let's come up with a game plan, and if I don't like the way you're doing it, I'm going to do it my way. I bump a lot of heads here, if you want to know the truth.
That's all right, as long as you get it done.
Well, if you look at where this club was at years ago and where it's at now.
It's funny you mentioned that because I remember many years ago, when I first moved down from Connecticut, Bob Poucher was here, and he was very active in the VFW.
Yeah.
And the other guy was a commander, which I can't remember his name. And of course there was Vinny. He was a left-handed golfer, and he was Vietnam. And Mo, he's a lady he married. She worked here as a bartender, and we used to get together, this VFW post and the Legion post, and we'd have golf challenging matches, and we had a beat up old trophy, and whoever won got the old trophy.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of great memories from here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nice people here. It's always been very friendly. So it's nice to come back and say hello.
Yeah, it's glad to see you.
Yeah. So, but I was talking to several of your fellow veterans here, and you guys do a lot for the community and everything, and for veterans, which is great, And in fact, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked them. Have you watched Central Florida Salute on YouTube?
No.
But you will, right?
Yep.
Because you're going to be there. But anyway, yeah, I've been doing it now. Well, we used to do Lakefront TV. I did that for 10 years, and then now my partner and we've been here for 5 years doing a YouTube show. So there's a lot of great people here.
Yeah.
And a lot of great people on the show. So
I'll tell you what, the people, being a commander and the people that are under me here are just fantastic. You just can't ask for a better group of supporters. It's just unbelievable how it's changed, and the people that are behind me. It's almost getting easy. It almost makes me think I might want to run another year.
I got a good friend of mine. He was a Marine, and Jason White. He has several charities that he's involved in. And he has this saying he used to say to me all the time. Now, when I see him, I get it out before he can. Nobody does anything alone, you know, and that's the way it is. If you're going to get something done, you got to be a team.
Yeah.
You know.
I've been in business all my life, pretty much. You know, I was a FEMA contractor, so I moved. I hooked up with a company, and we moved like 17,000 campers in Katrina. You know, I took care of a bunch of bodies in Ike, out in Texas. You know, and I actually didn't like certain things that happened and then I came back with the idea of inventing a portable morgue.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And you know, I didn't agree on a lot of things, like the semi-trailers that they were putting them in. Mm-hmm. You know, it just wasn't. And my father, when I was growing up, had bought a cemetery. So I was like 12 years old digging graves.
Wow.
You know. And so bodies didn't seem to, actually they were probably the nicest people that I've met in my life.
They didn't argue with you.
They didn't argue with me, they didn't drink my beer.
Yeah. But yeah, FEMA, one of my very first shows was Habitat for Humanity. And the guy, during Katrina, was getting all these places fixed up for people to stay and everything. But you do see stuff. We just did my Eagles up in Okahumpka. We just gave a lot of money to Tunnel for Towers. I'm sure you know about them. And they're building homes and stuff for veterans, police, and firemen. Yeah. And yeah.
Great organization.
Yeah, it is. We, and you know where you can find them?
Everywhere.
On Central Florida Salute YouTube. Come on, Commander, work.
Oh, Central Florida YouTube.
Central Florida Salute YouTube. Work with me, Commander.
I'm trying.
So, well, it's a pleasure being here again, and it's brings back memories to me with coming in here, you know. So, but is there something you might want to say? You know, your counterparts here are always telling us we got to join the VFW, but there's a lot of great organizations, and I'm proud to be a life member of the VFW, American Legion, past commander. I belong to the Vietnam Veterans of America. I've even gotten an affiliate membership to the Marine Corps Combat Association. And the Korean veterans welcome me, because we've been doing. I've been active in the veterans community for 40 years. Yeah. And I like to promote what's going on.
So you were in the Marines?
No.
No.
You know, it's the Marine Corps Combat Correspondence, because you know what I do, promoting all these different things. You know, so I'm an affiliate member. I'm not you know.
But you were in Vietnam, you said.
I was at Utapao in Thailand with the B-52s.
Oh, okay.
I did, yeah. But anyway, this show's never about me. It's about all the other people. And, yeah, so I've done a long time of doing stuff in the veterans communities. And you can find me almost anywhere. You can find me on the Vietnam Veterans of America webpage. You can find me... I don't know. I'm even in a museum, so what can I tell you? You know, it's fun. But I want to thank you for all you do, and this is a great post. And if you live around Bellevue and you want to join a veterans organization, and if you qualify, this is the place.
Yes, and did Shep tell you about the VVA and the AVVA?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've gotten the word, yeah. Is there anything, a memorable occasion you might want to talk about, or a message you want to send out, you know, before we wrap this up? We got a lot of pictures of you over there. We're going to be putting them in the book, in
Yeah.
the program. Yeah.
We really need a lot of financial help to upgrade our post. We really do. When I became commander, my wife and I talked about this, and we agreed to put $10,000 of our money in it to get it up and running good.
Wow.
Okay, and got to tell you, that $10,000 went awful fast, and it hasn't stopped. But a lot of the people that do support the club, we've upgraded our kitchen. We've got a perfect health board inspection the other day.
That's the thing. So your hours of operation, and are you open to the public for lunches and stuff?
Yes, lots of times we do a lot of stuff open for the public. Like we have our ribs and dinners. We get a smoker out here, and we'll do 100 rib dinners in a day. So we have a lot of benefits. All right. Like right now, we're pushing a benefit for one of the volunteers that's here. She just had a triple bypass or quadruple bypass, and she's, struggling. And one of the guys won $500 here in the machine the other day and put the whole 500 in. So yesterday alone, we brought in $700 for her. And she's got problems with her car, and she's worried about her car, which is ridiculous for me to be. Why would you worry about your car? You should be worried about living and getting out of the bed.
Yeah.
But I got a mechanic coming over Monday to work on her car for her, while she's in the hospital. Yeah. And she's just a volunteer. And so to me, she supports the club, so we're going to take care of her. And I guess probably anybody walked through our door, we would find a way to take care of them.
Yeah, that's the bond in the veterans community is unbreakable, really. Once you're a veteran, you served your country. We will rank on each other. You being Navy, me being Air Force, we'll rank on each other.
Oh, I'm sorry where you were at.
we stand together,
Yeah.
But okay, but. So what people watch this, and if you have a web page and everything, which is and where they can find out, say that you're doing a fundraiser. They want to know when you're doing a fundraiser. Where would I go to find out?
We put it on our Facebook.
So you look at VFW
in our calendar and the bivouac and stuff like that. We're just last night I was talking to the couple guys that do cooking the ribs and that. We're getting ready now that it's cooling down a little bit. We're going to try and do a rib dinner before Thanksgiving.
And your calendar would be on your Facebook page or something.
But we haven't put that out yet on the rib dinner yet.
No, I mean, but in the future, if somebody wants to, look at your calendar and say, hey, wait a minute, they're doing a rib thing. I want to come down there and support that.
Yeah, we put signs up out here on the road, and I put flyers up and down to all the businesses here. The Ford dealership comes down, and he buys that, I don't know, I guess he's probably the boss up there. He buys them all dinner, all lunch. They come down here and to go. Camping World, same thing. They come up, they'll buy them dinners, and they'll buy all their employees our rib dinners. Yeah, we
need people in the community to support all these veterans organizations, and I'm glad to hear that.
Well, you have to go out and put the flyers out and let them know, like you said.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I want to know if you got a Facebook or a web page. And it was somebody that doesn't necessarily drive up and down the road. Yeah. They can look at it and say, "Oh, there we are."
We have the Facebook, and now we've got that new sign out there. That helps too.
Yeah.
That helps let everybody know who our entertainment is.
So the word on the street is that you're going to be the commander for at least 2 more times.
Who told you that? I want to know who told you that. They told me I'm going to be for 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking.
I think they're right.
I might be here.
Yeah, you will. I know you will. But anyway, unless there's something you want to add, we're going to say goodbye. Okay.
I'm good with it. I'm
All right.
good.
So that's the camera right there. You look at that camera. To all our veterans out there, active military and their families, we salute you for all you do. Till next time. Thanks, buddy.